Do you even know what you want in life? Do you know what dreams you want to build? You're spending your time on things that don't matter. You're running around doing a lot of things that connect to the person 3 years ago that set a bunch of goals, and they're not things that you want to keep doing now. They're not building the life that you want to create. And the longer you spend doing these things, it's harder to even think about, what do you actually want? What life do you want to build? What is life going to look like for you in the next 10, 20, or 30 years? If you're struggling to answer this question and you're thinking, I'm spending time on things that don't really matter, then this video is for you. I talk a lot about dreams on this channel. I talk about figuring out which dream you want to chase. I talk about crafting the dream, defining the dream, turning the dream into a structure that can be rolled out and turned into something in the material reality. Talk all about dreams. This video is not a video that I've recorded ever, definitely not in recent history, about dreams. And I'm going to tackle two different aspects of dreams, which are something that I don't talk a lot about, and a lot of other people that are in pursuit of building their dreams, we don't talk about these things. And I'm going to tell you what they are in a moment, but it came from two experiences, one of which was an epiphany that I had about my pursuit of dreams, which related to what I want to share with you. And the other one is people reaching out to me that watch videos on this channel, asking me questions about their dreams and how they're relating to them. And I wanted to get into that too. So it's me and it's some viewers as well. So I'm super excited to dive into this video because these are things that we don't always talk about. And I love to give you the whole picture. As you've known, if you watch my videos, I love talking about positivity and chasing our full potential and all those things. But I also am the first to be honest with you when I'm struggling with the same things that I'm telling you to do. And this is one of those videos where it's a course correction video almost of when you're in the pursuit of chasing your dream, how to deal with these two instances. The first instance is when you're not sure if the dream is what you want anymore. This is my personal epiphany. So this past weekend, I was sitting down getting ready to record some videos for this channel. They're videos that you probably aren't going to see anytime soon because I didn't finish the videos because I had no motivation. I was writing the outlines and I was thinking of the topics, and there are things that are relevant to this channel, but my gut was not in alignment. My soul, the flow wasn't there. I was out of sync and I wasn't feeling these videos. And it put me into this deeper reflection moment that made me rewind back to about 3 years ago when I first got heavily involved in mindset and connecting mindset to business, which is a lot of the stuff that I share with you on this channel. It started at that time. And I had just become part of a mindset community. And one of the activities that the mindset coach asked me to do was to create what was called dream definition. And so, there's a document with questions, but I won't go through all the questions. But the first big one is, what do you want to make? What is your dream? Take all of the constraints out. What do you want to build? And what's weird, I was actually at a very busy coffee shop in Los Angeles, but I had my Apple, headphones on, covering my ears. They were tuning out all the sound, and I was able to sit there and close my eyes in that busy coffee shop, and I was typing, and I just typed. And I created things about business, about life, about relationships and family and hobbies and health and all these things. So I typed out all of these things, and guess what? A lot of those things, because of my work, my visualization work after that, and then the work to make action, they have materialized. A lot of the things burst in that document. A lot of the things didn't. And what was interesting is at the time of that activity, the mindset coach said, it doesn't have to be permanent. Just get it out now. What do you think you want right now? And when he said, what do you think you want? That always stuck in my head because I always thought, I think this is going to change in the future. Well, fast forward to this weekend. I wasn't feeling the video. I was thinking about future videos for this channel and some other things that I've been posting on LinkedIn just regarding to me as a content creator, because it's an important part of the job that I do, and maybe for you as well, watching the channel. It's a lot of what we talk about in the Be Something Awesome community, because people that feel called to share their message and build a platform, this is what we do. but I was not feeling it. I was not feeling these videos. And I asked myself, this is the time. I heard that voice saying, get it right for now. This may change. And I pulled out that dream definition worksheet. And this time I was not in a busy coffee shop, by the way. I was actually in my house here. My cat was there, but she wasn't being that loud. So I was able to tune everything out. And in the quiet, I started typing again. Familiar activity 3 years later. I was shocked at what happened. Very different things came out than what I expected when I actually let myself say, not what you think you want, but what you want. What your soul wants, what your heart wants. So I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I can tell you for sure, some of the big things that I spend most of my time on were not on the list. Some of the things that I toil over and worry about and the things I spend a lot of my mental energy on were not on the list. There were a lot of intangible things on the list, meaning feelings. I want to feel this way. I want to be happy. I want people to feel seen and heard. It was a lot about how I show up in the world, which was shocking because I was just free flowing. And I would encourage you to do this activity. Just let yourself type. Just type it out and see what comes out. But what's interesting is, I've talked about this in some other videos, but you'll notice here, this is a real set, by the way. This is real stuff back here, a real TV and real guitar and an electric piano. I never make time to practice these instruments. I never make time, my computer's here, I never make time to make digital music. But guess what? That was one of the passions that came on the document. I felt a sense of, I want to tell stories through music, whether it's music that I create for me, my vocals, or I'm producing it for other people. It's a passion, and it's a raw passion. It felt more raw and true than some of the work that I do in my more evolved business stuff. Shocking stuff came out on the list. That's the point. And I had this tension. It's like, well, what am I doing? I feel that I have to keep these other dreams on the burner because they were already there. And then I remembered that permission that was given as part of this directive, that just do what you think you want for now. And then asking that deeper question, do you really want this, or do you think you want it? So that's the point I want to bring up for you today. As we talk about dream creation, and you're on this video, I think you're probably like me. You want to build something new. Maybe you're in the process of it. You feel drawn to create a bunch of things. I think it's okay to get started like what I did. I don't want you to get stuck in indecision. Write down what those dreams are today and move toward them. But here's my message for you. Don't feel that it's written in permanent ink. And actually what I'm going to do, which I didn't do in the past, and so I'm kind of giving you real life feedback of what I'm going to do now. I'm going to check in with myself probably every 6 months on the dream definitions, because they change. We get new information in. We try and practice and learn. We go through the emotional journey of doing something, and maybe we don't want that exact thing anymore. And also you might be like me because you're watching my video. I'm also type A. I've lived in a type A world. I lived in Washington, D.C., a bunch of type A people. No shade to D.C., but we're all just driven people that are scared to let go of goals. You set it, you put it on the wall, and you don't want to fail. There's a sense of failure to let go of a dream. But what's worse? Letting go of something that's not serving you, or working toward a life that you thought you wanted and then you didn't want after you got more information. So I'm all for camp 2 of course correcting. And so that's why I wanted to bring this up. And it's not going to change overnight. I'm not going to change my dreams tomorrow. I'm not going to change my actions tomorrow. It's going to be an evolution in some of these things, but it helped me see priority of what I'm building and what I'm working toward. So that is my first message. What happens when the dream isn't serving you anymore? That's what I would recommend. Give yourself permission to let it go. It doesn't have to go completely off the burner, to use a stove analogy. Push it back on the range, turn it down, let it simmer, get it out of the forefront, and see if it still remains. But don't chase a dream that you're not excited about. That's not what I want you to do, and I don't want to do that either. And I kind of was doing that in some areas recently, and I'm course correcting because I want the energy to be poured into dreams that are now serving me, and dreams that meet the moment of now. So now on to the second thing. This is not a personal experience for me, but this is what some viewers asked me. And I got in a really interesting conversation with a few people about what happens, okay, let me set the stage. So Joey, I'm watching your content. I really like it. But what happens if I don't feel a calling to do anything differently? Like I don't feel that I need to build something new right now. Does that mean that I'm not driven, or that, I'm not achieving my full potential, or is there something wrong with me? That was kind of the sentiment for some of these questions. And I thought it was a very astute question. And I dug into this because there are experiences in my life, though they weren't as readily accessible, that helped me relate with these people. Because in the past couple of years, I've been very much in building mode. And that's not where I've been. That's where I've been recently, but I've been in other places before where I felt, I'm not as driven to create something new right now. But here's what I would ask you. There's a question I would ask to help you figure out how to think about this question. So a question to think about the question, which is, do you feel this nagging sense of frustration of something that's missing? It's almost like the sense of, I know that something's possible, but I don't know how to achieve it. Or there's a sense of like an unclosed loop when you go to bed at night. If you're feeling those feelings, then I believe there is something in your life, a dream that's being asked to be focused on and built. If you're not, and you're thinking, no, I've got a lot going on, and yes, I have pursuits, and I have some dreams, but they're in the distance, in the background, then I think that's okay, because it's very possible that right now you're building the dream that is right for you right now. It doesn't mean you have to be killing yourself, going out there and adding new tasks on your life and creating friction just because someone over here thinks you need to have a new dream to be chasing just because that's what you're supposed to do. There's a delineation here. And so I wanted to point this out because I don't want for a moment for you, the viewer, to be feeling like you're watching my content and there's a sense that you need to be different than you are and be building something that's not right for you. Because there is nothing wrong with being satisfied with where we are. If it's giving you, it's speaking to you, you're getting fed from that, and also you feel that you're showing up in the world in a way that's honoring your expertise and you're bringing contributions to the world. That's what we're talking about on this channel. So I wanted to put those two things out there because I think they're the kind of the unpopular underside of the dreams that we don't always talk about, because the big, splashy, build your dream, chase a vision, those things are always more sexy and more fun and more exciting because we're getting on the train and we're going. But these things need to happen, because the last thing we want to do is burn out chasing a dream that you don't want to build anymore, which is where I was and have been throughout my life. Or you don't want to be over here chasing a dream or beating yourself up because someone else made you think that you needed to do it. And you felt like because you watched one of my videos and you thought, well, everyone else is chasing dreams, I need to now do something else. No, that's fine. If you're going to know within if you're being called to build something. And when you are, then go watch some of my other videos. It's going to give you the light to hit go, or join the community with me and we can build the dreams then. But there's nothing wrong with feeling satisfied with where you are if it's giving you that completeness. Let's talk about some practical reasons why we find ourselves in this moment, like I painted in the beginning of the video, where we are spending a lot of time on things that are not getting us to the goals and dreams that we want to create today, for the life that we can see today looking forward, not the life of us 3 years ago that set those goals then and haven't given ourselves permission to let go of those dreams and goals. So what is happening in this situation? I think a fundamental thing is true, because this is true for me, and I believe you're on this video because you're probably like me, and I work with people like us. We are high achievers, high performers, and there is something that we do not like. We do not like failure. We do not want to quit. We do not want to quit early. We do not want to have that feeling of embarrassment that's usually self-imposed, that we didn't complete a task, that we set out to do something, we didn't finish it out in the way that we defined. This is crippling. And actually, this sometimes keeps us in the loop of chasing dreams that are not serving us anymore. And this is certainly true for me. And when I sat down and did this activity this past weekend, I realized that there were fragments of dreams and too many pieces of dreams that were legacy, that were hanging on of things that I felt, well, I don't want to let that go because I'm still interested in it. But is it a dream? Is it really a passion of mine? No. It's a fragment of something that I defined a couple years ago, or something that I believed that I should want, being a business owner myself, being a CEO of my company. There's all these things that I applied upon myself. These are dreams that I should have. And what I realized in the moment is we only have, in the moment, I mean this past weekend, we only have so much time in life. It is the finite resource. And do I want to spend time building toward these fragments of dreams? Or in turn, do I want to come in and do a refinement activity where now I'm spending my energies on the actual dreams that are going to get me to where I want to go? And that is the decision that I made. But this is not easy. It is not fun being a high achiever to push things onto the back burner and knowing that they may ultimately get pushed away. But they have to be out of the way so we can get ourselves in a situation where we're using all of our time and all of our days and all of our actions toward the things we want to build now, the dreams that we can see today looking forward. That is most important. And there's one more thing that is going on as well, which is the feeling that we believe, like I just noted, that we should have these dreams. We should do these things because of society or whatever else is being placed upon us. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit down and do that activity that I described. Just pull up a document and answer that question. It's not hard. What do I want to do? What do I see? What do I want to create? And I want it to be things that flow from you and light you up. And if you feel a sense when you're writing that it's something that you feel a tension like that society is placing on you, remove it. Or go back and look through the list and ask, do I really want this? Or do I want this because I feel like I have to prove it to myself to chase this dream? Or do I want this because someone told me that it's what a good CEO does, or what a good professional does, or what a good content creator does? If the dreams fit in that category, you really need to question, are these really dreams? Or are these goals that you've applied on top of yourself that you think are necessary to build your dreams, or you think you frankly have to check off a box to satisfy the status quo? And that's not good, because that's going to keep you stuck in the momentum of working toward that raw, true dream that you want to create. So these are two practical things you can look at now to really assess what you're working toward, because at the end of the day, to put a completely fine point on this video, to take one action away, I want you, just like for myself, to be waking up on a Monday morning, like I did today, and focusing on the things that are building the dream with no distractions, and not questioning why I'm doing something, and not wondering, what if I didn't do it, is it going to be a problem or whatever? Because that is where burnout starts to happen, and that's going to completely slow down your dreams altogether. So that's what I want for you. I want refinement, and I want you to really feel full on where you're going and what you're building. So I know this video is very tactical, very tangible. We're looking at the course and deciding if we need to make any corrections in the journey. So if you have questions in this process, go ahead and jump in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. Where are you in the process? Are you chasing dreams? Are you rethinking your dreams? We can get in a conversation in the comments. I respond to all of those, and then other people can see what you're thinking, and we can get in a dialogue there as well. Or if there's something you want to reach to me out one-on-one, you don't really want to put it on blast in the comments, that's cool. In the description is my Instagram and LinkedIn. I love getting DMs on both of those platforms. It is really me. It is not going to be someone posing as me. I really do check those accounts, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can to answer any questions and hear how this landed for you and if I can help in any way. So those are two ways that you can take immediate action on this video. And if you are interested in building that dream or reshaping the dream or thinking about crafting it, you can go ahead and jump over to this video where I talk all about that. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you over there in the next one. Later.